work for that bag, go get it one day. You can brag. You wouldn't gotta work for that bag, go get it one day. You can brag. I say that I have it, you know that I got it. No need to.
What's good, y'all? This is the LoveNThangz podcast where we discuss scenarios and stories about everyday life and things people get themselves involved in. And you guys, I got to tell you today, this one's a doozy, but I'd love to know, what would you do? If this was you, what would you do? Because we always talk smack, but in all honesty, I don't know if I pull up the courage to be like, what is this? Like, what are you doing? This episode today is what did I just walk into? What did I just walk into? It sounds scandalous already, right?
Right.
So, you ready for the story, Kira?
I'm ready.
Oh, by the way, this is Kira and I'm Ty. How could I forget to introduce the two? You've been here before. You know the crew. Here we go. Let's jump into it. So this story, it says, every day I get up and head out to work by 6:15 a.m. If I leave a minute or two later, I know I'm going to be late. My man is aware of my work routine, so I can imagine he is comfortable once I leave. He gets comfortable once I leave. Why can't he be comfortable when I'm there?
Comfortable while you there.
I'm like, what? So he works, but typically leaves out 11 a.m. and works until 8 p.m. Our schedules are completely different. So imagine my surprise when I get to work and I realize I left my purse, aka bag, and I needed money. So I said, screw it. And I went back to get my bag, ID, money, wallet, etc. So it would be worth me being late. As I'm walking through the door, I see a figure run past me and dive in the bathroom. Enraged, I just knew it was a female based on the clothes, bra and panties, but stomped through the apartment and couldn't find my man. Head to the door and bang to confront her and tell her to come out of the bathroom. To my surprise, I hear my man say, ain't no bitch in here, just me. I'm about to get in the shower. That's what he says. I said, then unlock the door, and he did. I felt like I was going crazy. I pulled back the shower curtain and it was just him standing there in the shower wet, but something just wasn't right. So I looked in the medicine cabinet, nothing. And then under the cabinet, and there it was. A lingerie set I've never seen before. I didn't say anything, just grabbed my bag and left. What the fuck, or WTF, did I just walk into? Was that my man in the lingerie? And why? Should I confront him or not?
Girl, confront that man. See what that man in there doing while it's bras and panties and new lingerie and ain't nobody. I was expecting for it to be a fucking female.
I thought a girl was gonna be hiding under the sink. She was tiny or something, like hiding under there.
Right. When she said I checked up under the sink. No, confront that man. Confront. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna take off for work or what.
I would have took off for work. I would have been calling in sick.
It's gonna bother me all day, and I'm not gonna be able to work through those conditions.
Hello.
Whatever. That's just like being dumped while you at work. I can't work no more. I gotta go home. We need to talk now.
Right now.
We need to talk right now. Why is it panties and bras and it's not moms? And
he wanted to feel sexy too. He was like,
So why I'm not here? This is what you do?
The crazy part to me is she leaves at 6. He leaves at 11. For 5 hours, this motherfucker sitting around in drawers and like feeling sexy in lingerie, bra and panties. What? And not even wearing mine. He wearing some set that he bought for himself. He in his sexy girl era. He's like, I need to feel satin on my skin. I don't know what. Girl, buy that man some silk boxes and ask some questions. Y'all need a full hard conversation to be like, what are you into? Because clearly he into something that he has not told you, because you have not seen him wear it. I gotta ask another male. How the hell why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why?
Exactly.
Why?
And who's to say he really going to work from 11 to 8?
Oh, well, I mean, he must get a paycheck or something. You know, he works somehow in some way. I don't know. Yeah. That's a good question, though, too.
What are you doing
Maybe
from
not.
11 to 8? Or he might just like being in satin.
That's what I said.
He
I'm like, maybe he just want to feel lace on his skin. I don't know. But they got men
right,
things that he could try
right,
that got certain
right,
satin, and
right,
silk boxes and
right,
satin things. Like, why
right.
you gotta get
They,
dressed in lingeries? I can't. I can't
he
think.
probably out there. He probably out there cross dressing.
I got a big dude. I gotta say, I'm curious to how big this dude is or how small he is. If he able to fit
Right,
bra and panties on, I can't imagine my man as a big dude. My dude's like 6 foot. Big buff. Walking around with bra
right,
and panties. Like I'm sensitive. I
right,
feel things. Like I can't picture it in my head. It's like fucking my head up. I'm like, oh man, shit. Ah,
right.
that would drive me
Seriously,
crazy. Could you sleep with somebody after seeing them in such a thing?
I couldn't. I couldn't sleep with you after I've seen that because it's like I'm sleeping with somebody else now. It's like I'm sleeping with a female now, or whatever.
I'm curious how
I
their love life is. I'm curious if they're
right,
intimate and it's like on and popping. I'm curious if he's just experimenting. Is this the early stages
right,
of him
right,
experimenting? Is this something like, I just tried it once? If she only saw one lingerie, maybe he just tried it once to see what it felt like,
right.
just out of curiosity. I don't know. I have to ask somebody.
It's,
I have to,
it's so many questions, and I believe she left a lot out that
yeah, because she don't
got
even
it
know if she want to confront him.
right. Like she didn't say nothing about how the relationship is going or anything. I mean that I don't know how much that could have told you, but um yeah, I mean this is one of them situations you just like we
Our
crazy. You
girl
crazy.
Jazz, missed this one because I know what she would say. She would start going into that story
Yeah.
where her dude was
Oh yeah.
dipping off.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna
Right.
tell her story. I'm gonna wait for her to get on the segment
But
and tell her version of events. However, I'm just like, I don't know if I could look at my man with the same level of respect. We over at that day. Like that day we breaking
yeah,
up. Because unless he tell me, like, look, I just wanted to know what panties and bras felt like. I went and bought a set just to be like curiosity. I ain't gonna disrespect yours. Like he had to
right.
explain himself. I would have to hear a thorough explanation. And it would have to be convincing me that he would never do it again. Never ever do it
Right.
again.
But then at some point in the back of your mind, it'd be
You're gonna be
like,
curious.
no. And you're gonna be sneaking around the house while he in the house between 6 to 11. You're gonna be outside the house peeking through the windows trying to see what's going on, putting up cameras and thing
I'm
around the
getting
house.
cameras in my house after that. I'm getting cameras. I need to know. And what was he gonna do in them? He's sitting in the living room in his skivvies, like doing what on our couch? Like
And having
what?
a drink.
With a lingerie set on? He having a glass of wine and sipping his coffee like that?
Right, right,
And then
right.
if she didn't come home, what the hell was he gonna do?
And that's what I was going to say next because are you bringing somebody over and you modeling it for them?
I don't know. That's why wouldn't have been able to go to work. I wouldn't have been able to go to work. I would have been
Yeah,
calling out. Hey, this is Ty. I'm not feeling good today. I got to work and had to turn around and come home. I don't care if I have to say I had explosive diarrhea. That would have been less
right.
embarrassing than me walking in and seeing my man in his drawers and lingerie talking about some he wanted to feel pretty and sexy. Like that's crazy to me. What?
And then you hit
Wow.
it. You got it hitting in the bathroom. So how many bathrooms do you guys have? Like, is that the only bathroom? And you don't go in that bathroom for you not to see? Because why would you hide it in there? I would, unless because she's go to work at a certain time and he probably brung it in, was like, okay, this the day. I'm gonna put it on today and I'm gonna see how I'm feeling today in this and things like that.
I'm like, what the hell did you walk in on? I needed to know. I wish she came in 10 minutes later.
Later,
Like, you know what I mean? Just catch him in the act of doing something. Like,
right? 10 minutes
I don't
later,
know. That
or
shit is wild to me. This
She
wow.
walked in, seen that stuff, and walked back out, sat in the car like, let's see what's about to happen. Because that's what type of person I am. Let me see what's going to happen, what you doing, and things like that. And I don't want to spoil you the moment because then now I'm not going to see nothing. Now
That's
I
why I
ain't
was
going to
like, I
see.
wish she walked in a little bit later so we could have been like, oh, his pants was down or he had it out. Was he going to, finagle himself? He was going to, what is it, razzle dazzle himself? Was he going to, like,
And
what was he doing? Just feeling himself.
it was a
I'm feeling
movie like
myself. He
that.
going to dance to some Beyonce in it. Like, what was he going
Right.
to do?
You got to ask another person. You got to ask the neighbors. Neighbors be knowing a lot. But like, oh, every day
Neighbors?
in your house at 8 o'clock, music be playing and jumping, and it be a whole party over
Damn, you
there at
think
8
the
o'clock.
neighbors know? Damn, not the neighbors. I hope the neighbors don't know. Lord Jesus. Not the neighbors. They probably looking at me every day sideways like, she knew what that nigga be doing when she leave. If she knew, if she had any idea and clue.
He coming out there meeting the mailman in his lingerie. Girl, we thought it was you. And it was him.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. I ain't even thinking like that. Damn.
He
He's
coming
like
to
waiting
greeting
for somebody to come
everybody.
by. He could possibly be waiting for somebody to come by.
Yeah. He greeting the Amazon man because I ain't gonna hold you to it. When I was doing
Yeah.
my little sneaky stuff, I told the guy, I was like, you know what? Because you're neighbors, you got neighbors and y'all all close or whatever. I'm gonna start dressing up as a fucking insurance woman or whatever. And I'm gonna walk down your block and I'm gonna
Looking
come
all
knock on
around.
your door, looking all around and acting like I'm looking for a certain, and I'm gonna knock on your door or whatever, and you're gonna let me in and we're gonna talk and we acting like we filling out papers and stuff, and then I'm going in there, then I'm coming out a couple of hours later or whatever, and then I'm gonna go act like I'm going to the next neighbor's door.
The whole role play?
The whole role play.
Role
Yes,
play
I am.
scenario.
So
Wow.
nobody won't be like, yeah, I seen this chick coming in and out of your house. Let me tell you what she looked like. Nope, it was the insurance lady.
Insurance
She was
lady.
coming to your
Damn.
house or
Insurance
whatever.
lady coming through. Crazy. That's crazy. That's wow. I'm curious. So I want to know, dudes, what would you do? Why would a dude need to wear on lingerie? Do you guys think that's some femininity stuff? Like you see on a feminine era? I love to hear from the sisters too. What would you have done? Would you confronted your man right then and there? Because I got questions. I need to know who, what, where, when, and why. How long you been doing it? God dang.
Doing
You out here embarrassing me in these streets. The people, other people know possibly. Yo, this one was a doozy for me. I read it and I
yeah,
was like, what? What did you walk into? That was a fitting subject for this story.
right,
What did I just walk into? I thought it was gonna be sexual though. I thought she was gonna walk in her house and see, a girl's legs up and handling her business and somebody, like no, it wasn't that
right.
though.
Because she said it was only like a couple of minutes that she left and she remembered
Turned
and
around
she
and
went
came back.
back. So within that little bit of time, he was about to be in full drag or whatever he was doing, I mean full clothing until
Drag
she opened that
too.
door and he hauled butt and he even had time to pick the stuff up. He left it right there.
No, he put it underneath the sink to hide it. That's what he did. He put it under the sink to hide it. That's what she found it under the sink. I was like,
Oh,
yo, what could it possibly have been? Like, but I would think about under my sink. Under my sink is where all my cleaners at. So if somebody
right.
come in, they're not gonna think, oh yeah, let me check under the sink. Yeah, you wouldn't think that. That's
Because when
crazy.
she said she looked into the cabinet, I'm like, the cabinet? Who want to fit in the cabinet? Yeah, you going crazy, girl.
Yeah, yeah, that's
No,
exactly what I'm like. Why she going to cabinet? But she looking for something. She like, I know I ain't crazy. Somebody in here, something
uh,
in here. Like, who in the world darted across the floor? I think I would look for the clothing too, though. I think I would look
right,
for the clothing. I'm like, where the clothing at? If my man in the
right,
bathroom and I saw the bathroom door closed, something in his bathroom, either it's hiding in here. She could be at the top of the bathroom, like up the top of the ceiling of the shower area, like holding on for dear life. Like, please don't let her come
right,
over here. You know what I mean? Like a roach on the wall. Like,
right. A spider woman.
yeah, yeah. I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. I cannot deal with it. This story got me in stitches. I couldn't even say anything. When I was reading it, I wanted to laugh the whole time because I already read it. So I was like, whoa, when I get to the end of this, she gonna be like, what the hell? Yeah, curious. What would you do? What would you do, people? What would you do? You walk in, you see your man in lingerie. Would you confront him right then and there? I would. I
I
would.
would.
We might be squaring up right there. If you want to be a female, let's fight like one. Like you know.
Like, exactly. Exactly. I'll confront him right then and there. We need to have a talk now. Get your ass out that shower.
Facts. I need to ask you a question. I have several questions.
So
How long? This can't be his first time doing it. It can't be his first time. It can't
did
be
she
his
say
first
how
time.
many years they were together?
No, she didn't say. She didn't say
Yeah, I
how
didn't hear
long.
that.
She just said that, well, they live together. So I'm like, it
Month.
sounds like a
Yeah.
relationship because they've been living together. So if they live together in the same house, her schedule and his schedule is completely opposite. He probably was doing it for a long time.
Yeah.
Probably is like, let me look pretty today in my little lingerie set. If he don't put her outfits on, maybe he's going to the point where he's like, oh, let me experiment. I want to be a Caitlyn Jenner. Maybe he wants to do a sex change. Maybe he wants to
Right.
be, maybe he has feelings of being something else in his life. I don't know, but
Right. Right. I mean, with all this going on today, who knows?
yep,
Anything and everything is possible.
yep. How we looked at it back then, but now
Right.
today you could be anything. I could identify as a flagpole if I wanted to. It's just fucking crazy. Like
Yeah.
these people, I'm like, yo, if people identify as all kinds of walks of life, and I'm like, how? You identify as a black woman and you talk your skin tone is white. You just go get 50 tans a day. I identify as a black woman.
Exactly.
Did you see that? There's a woman
Yes.
out here that's white that identifies as a black woman and she gets 50 tan suntans. And I'm like, call me when you get skin cancer. Okay? Because that's crazy. That's absurdity to me.
Exactly. Oh my
Craziness.
God.
Craziness. But to each his own. We want to know how you would handle it, what you would do. I would love to know. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the LoveNThangz segment. This is me and my girl Kira today. We want to say what's up to you guys, give you our story. We had to drop it because I was like, you know what? I've been holding on to this story for 2 weeks now. I had to get it off my chest. I was like, if I hold this story for one more week, I might explode because I just want to know how in the hell and why the hell. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Like, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next video. I'm Ty, Kira. Peace.
You can brag. I say that I have it, you know that I got it. No need to look all in the bag.